What's up, y'all? It's KB. And if you're like me, you love movies. Thank you, and welcome to another conversation. If you've been here before, welcome back. If this is your first time here, welcome. I have a great new guest joining us on a conversation tonight. But before I do, shout out to StreamYard, who continues to take away basic features from their free plan and wants to charge you more exorbitant prices for things that you used to get. So, yeah, I normally have a video that I would run, and I clicked on it, and it says the free plan comes with one example video. If you'd like to share your own videos, check out our upgraded plans. No, I will not, because that's ridiculous. Anyway, on to bigger and brighter things. Our guest tonight on the conversation is a photographer. She's also a gamer, and for our purposes, a physical media collector, which means she loves movies. We have Ashley. You may also know her as Zombie Girl. What's up, girl?
Hello. How's it going?
I don't know. I'm maybe it's me. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm expecting too much out of life. You know, something worked last week, not working this week. But that's
Yeah,
okay. It's one less thing to edit out. So I don't know. How are you?
I'm good, man.
See? It's that clean air. It just has you in a nice,
It
zenful,
does.
peaceful mode.
Yeah,
I need to get there.
I just don't care anymore.
That's what it is. It's the clean air with a little bit of id gaff just
Yeah,
mixed in.
exactly,
I like that.
exactly.
I like that. So, I was trying to think of the first time I came across you, if it was on Instagram or if it was on a live stream, and I couldn't remember. But I do follow you on Instagram. You have a nice account on there,
Thank
and
you.
now we follow each other on Letterboxd. So I'll be able to see what you think about new movies and old, which I like to see because kudos to anyone who likes movies before 1980. Good for
Oh,
you.
yes, very
I
much
don't.
so.
You know what? It's becoming less and less of a thing. It's like they want movies shorter, but they keep making movies longer.
Oh no, I love longer movies
I do too, but every once in a while, I'm like, ooh, can I get a nice like
for,
95-minute movie? Just
for
wrap
sure.
it up. Just wrap it up real quick. So I,
Yes.
if you, especially, I know you like horror movies. If you could go through a horror movie, get the plot, get the setup, figure out who the final girl is, credits, and it's like I could still go and do something else the rest of the day. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
good
I
with that.
feel that way too, especially about horror movies.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, just get me in and out.
Yeah. There's no need for all that exposition in a horror movie. We know what
No,
we're here for.
it's like stop that.
We're here for the kills.
Exactly.
Depending on who you are, you're here for other things. And then you're here for is the sequel material. That's it. That's it.
Exactly. Totally agree.
We are not alone, so I'm going to check to see who's in the chat. Shout out to anyone in the chat, anyone lurking, anyone on the replay. Thank you for watching us tonight. We're starting off with my man Steve Moody in the house saying good evening. Good evening to you, sir. Good to see you.
Hello.
We got movies with Ryan. Bro, where you been, man?
I know
So
he's
good
been a
to see
ghost.
you. I know. I miss all those steel books, and he got a box from Orbit and a box from Rare Waves and the Korean cinema. Come on, man. We
I
need more
know.
videos. Come back. Come back. This man,
Oh,
he gets a
Q.
lot of boxes. What's up, Q? Good to
He's a
see
cool
you.
guy.
Yeah. I was so happy that I was able to have a conversation with him.
I watched that one
Yeah.
yesterday, I think it was. I was like, oh man, Q. He's a good dude.
He's cool breeze, man. He
Yeah,
really is. And I like that the last couple of weeks I've just been having different people who are into physical media collecting. So you're just continuing the wave, which I totally enjoy. But I've had Lauren, I've had Jordan, I've had Q, I've had you. So physical media collectors, yeah, come on. We'd love to talk to you.
for
We
sure.
got Holland Oates in the house.
What's up,
What's up,
Colin?
sir? And if you have Holland, you got Adrian. Good to see you too,
Hello.
sir. Always. Talking about Q, he said, "Hey, it's Ash. This episode is gonna be a banger.
It is gonna be a banger.
We got Bobby Blue in the house. What is
Mhm. Hey.
y'all doing well? Good to see you. We got Anthony.
Oh, Anthony, what's up, man?
Oh man, we got a new face in here. Badger Phipps. Whoop
Oh, that's
whoop.
my buddy. He's cool.
Welcome to the conversation. Hope you enjoy your stay. People saying hi to each other. We got my girl Allie.
Oh,
What's
there she
up?
is.
Yeah, you gotta
There's
love
Allie.
her. She's so nice.
Oh, for sure.
The two of them, I love the two of
Always.
them. I had them on for Valentine's Day last year, I want to say,
Okay.
and I was like, it's like Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson. You just want to see things work out. You just want,
I'd agree. I'd agree
yeah.
with that.
And we had on our different shirts, and we were showing off our T-shirts. It was a beautiful, beautiful thing. Beautiful thing.
I'll have to watch that one because I did see it. I only had a
Yeah,
certain amount of time, but
yeah, and they're not always short.
no.
Yeah, Sorcerer. Sorcerer is a banger.
I
I
haven't
did
watched that
not
one.
get my copy yet. He's talking about the new Criterion 4K. I know
Mhm.
everyone is hitting their Barnes and Nobles, hitting barnesandnobles.com, getting their Criterions this month. Yeah, I think I kind of waited, and then by the time I waited, we went to the store. My friend Ryan from the Disconnected and Nathan Jones came in
Okay.
to town, and we went to like several stores, and they did not have it. And I was like, "Oh, I'll just go home and order it." I'm like, "It's not the same.
No. I get that.
Tangible. Want to
Yeah.
hold it."
That's
But yeah,
weird. My Barnes and Noble had like 10 copies of it.
I don't know. I guess Kansas City likes Sorcerer, but I really want to watch that and Wages of Fear back to back, just to do the comparison between the two.
Gotcha.
We got Michael in the house. Says it goes by the movie. Running time is boring, fast, just right in the middle. It's true, but certain things last too long, and certain things not short enough.
Exactly. Totally agree with that.
Everyone's saying hi to each other. Let's see. Talking about road trip. I, I Tom Green was a minute. That's all I got to say.
I
And
hated him.
I still remember when him and Drew Barrymore got along,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I guess she likes a funny guy. And next thing you know, he's in Charlie's Angels. I'm like, please don't get
Yeah.
him jobs. Don't get him jobs. He won't go away. It's like feeding a cat. It won't go away.
Exactly. It was a terrible time.
It was the best of times. It was the worst of times.
Yeah.
Love it. Everyone's saying hi to each other. Superman is having its premiere at the moment. Yeah, we have early access going on this week here as well. We're going to come back and talk about Superman for a little bit. Let's see. Whoa. There we go. What's up,
Oh,
Mika?
I was
I was
wondering
like,
where they've been.
people are saying hi to Mika. I don't see her. Good to see you, sis.
Definitely.
Always. Had to order Sorcerer from both of my stores were out too.
That's
But
wild.
I just didn't pick it up. I'm not picking up too much. I think I got 4 in total, and I'm done
Yeah.
because I try to give them some patronage in person.
Hmm.
So I went the first night and I got the Wiz and Honora. And then, like I said, I went with Ryan and Nathan, and I got the Thelonious Monk and something else. Don't remember.
Okay.
Oh, Basquiat. I got the Basquiat
Okay.
biopic.
I haven't heard of
So,
the one you just, not that one, but the one before that. I haven't heard of that one.
a jazz musician, really big in the 60s, and they
Okay.
did like a documentary about him. I want to say like around the 2000s, so they just put it out. But Basquiat, I'm from New York, so Basquiat's a famous New York artist. So
Gotcha.
he died, and then all of his works went into the millions of dollars. But
Oh, okay. I
he
gotcha.
was like one step away from being a street artist. Kinda like what happened to Keith Haring after he died too, so
Oh, okay.
let's see. KB, I put in a massive order with Keno. Most of those were Westerns.
Ooh,
Yeah. Keep
yes,
that Western game
for
going. I love
sure,
it.
dude.
He was
Westerns
on
are
a
so good.
Western journey. I love it. I love to see it. Oh, man. So we will get into that love of movies in a minute, but I know that, like me, you also have a love of music,
Yeah.
including live performances and concert photography. What got
Mhm.
you started in that?
Well, honestly, I always, like, kinda wanted to be somewhat in the music business when I was younger,
Mhm.
but I mean, I can play instruments and stuff like that, but I was just like, "I never want the spotlight. I am not somebody who
Ah.
wants that." So, I was just trying to find other ways, and then, I don't know, it was around, like, 2010. I really, like, that's, like, when I really got into, like, the internet, I guess you'd say,
Yeah, yeah.
and I was just like, wait, these people, like, there's tons of people that just take pictures and, like,
Mhm.
make stuff out of it." So, it took me 4 years till I got my first show.
Mhm.
So, yeah, I just started shooting for a online magazine, and then I shot for 2 or 3 other ones. It was like whoever would get me a pass,
Yeah.
and I'd be like, "I don't care who it is." I think there was only 1 concert I had to tell I got oh, no, wait, there's 2 I had to cancel on. One, it was just nothing but, like, everybody smoking weed, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
"That's
Not
not
the
my
scene.
scene."
Not the scene.
And I was just like, pass on that one, and then, the other one, I got stuck in traffic because there was a huge accident going down Cajon Pass into LA not LA, um, oh my god, Pomona, because
Mhm.
Pomona, they always had stuff going on. I was so mad. I called the band's manager because he gave me his phone number, and I was just like, "Dude, I cannot I'm not I haven't moved in 2 hours." And he's just like, "Oh, it's okay." He goes, "If you do get down here, just tell me and I'll let you in. You
Mhm.
know, you could just see the show." And I was like, "Okay." So I just felt so bad. So
Yeah.
I turned around because I was like, "How am I gonna get home if they're not even cleaning this, like,
Yeah.
now?" So I was like, "No, I'm not getting stuck down in Pomona of all places."
Yeah. Yeah. For those that know, probably not a place. It's not
Well,
even like you're like, "I could go have a nice meal and wait till traffic clears up." No.
no, I mean, where the venue was that I would go to, it was nicer because it was down in, like, the Old Town area, and then you had, like, the train that would come through there, like, all that stuff, so they kept that part of it cleaner.
Mhm.
But I was just like, my options are either you stay in Pomona or you stay in Ontario, and neither one of those sounded good to me, so I was like, "Mm-mm,
I hear you.
I'm going
I
home."
hear you. So
But yeah,
which
that's how I
came
got into
first?
it.
That or being behind the camera?
Oh, like going to concerts?
Yeah, like doing
Well,
concert photography or just shooting as a living?
um I would say being behind it because I did do
Yeah.
stuff, like, growing up, like, I would take certain kind of photos and stuff like that,
Mhm.
and, like, I really like to do landscapes. I used to do them all the time. I actually would do those more than, concert photography,
Yeah.
but, yeah, and then I was just kind of like, "Dude, I wanna take this elsewhere." Oh, and I also started to interview bands too, so I did
Mm.
get to do that, so that was kinda cool, and every band I ever met was super nice. So,
Mhm.
that's
You know
always
who I'm thinking of? I'm like, "Did she meet Haley?"
oh my god, okay.
You got a Haley story?
I have, like, a few, but I never met her. Like,
Oh, we're
every
talking
single
about
time
Haley from Paramore people.
yes. Every single time, there was a gate or, like, a
Mhm.
fence in between us, and it was at the Brand New Eyes tour. I saw her. She was probably, like, 100 feet from me. I mean, of course, she, like, said hi and everything like that, but it was, like,
Yeah,
never,
yeah.
like, a meet. And then the last time I saw her was when I got my first show, and it was New Found Glory, and she was still married to the guitarist at the time.
Mhm.
So, again, there was like 100 feet between us,
Yeah,
and I was just
yeah.
like, "Oh my god." Just
She
please.
she's somebody I would love to meet because I love the group.
Yes.
Everything. Crave is my favorite song from them of all time. And I don't know, she just seemed like we have a joke, it's like she'd be welcome at the barbecue. That's how cool she
I
is
get
to
you.
us.
Yeah.
So and see, Mika agrees.
Yeah.
Love Paramore, love Haley. Yeah, we do.
It's hard
Yeah, we
not
do.
to, man.
Q has a question for you, and that will get us transition to movie talk. He says, from one photographer to another, what's the lens you cannot leave the house without? I got my own answer to that, but I want to hear hers.
God, what was that one? I always used Canon because I
Same.
always had a Canon camera. Because for some reason, Nikon at the time when I was doing all that stuff, it just didn't get the colors I wanted.
Hmm. You
But
like to shoot straight out the camera, right?
yeah, um,
Minimal post.
God, what is that? It's like dude, I haven't touched my camera in so long. I'm so
You
bummed.
gotta pick it up.
I know people keep telling me that, and
Just
I'm
pick it
just
up
like,
and shoot something.
I know I should, but it was like oh my God, what was it called? It was like a zero to like, I think it was like 0 to 500. Um,
Like the
the
telezoom.
yeah,
Yeah.
the I can't remember the exact thing. I'd have to get it down out of my closet, but
Yeah.
dude, that when I got that lens, I never used another one again because it got close enough and it got
Hmm.
wide enough when you're like that close to the stage because you can't use like these like really big zooms
Yeah.
because you're just, I mean, you're like on top of them.
Right.
And then, of course, if a mosh pit happens, which happened
Yeah. There
lots
goes
of
the
times
glass.
with me, you're always getting smashed. But thankfully, most of the security guards are always chill. They always try to like protect us.
Yeah.
And we only got kicked out of one photo pit
That's
because,
cool.
I mean, I looked back and it was just a sea of people. They were just like moshing and throwing people in the air.
Hmm.
It was at the House of Blues in San Diego, and I was just going, mm-mm.
I'm out.
And this big dude. God, I remember he had like tattoos. I want to say he was like Samoan or something, like because he
Hmm.
had those like tribal tattoos.
Yeah.
Super chill dude. He's like, I'm gonna protect you because you're like the smallest one here. I was like, thanks. And then when that
You gotta
happened,
love that.
he just kind of like grabbed me and just started. He's like, "You gotta go. There's too many people." And I'm like, "Oh
Hmm.
God." He was super
You didn't
chill.
want to get a Doc Martin up the side of your head.
Oh, not at all.
For my answer, Q, my nifty 50. I've upgraded
Oh,
that thing so many times, all the way up to a 1.2. So
that's a great
I
one.
need that. I need that because low light night photography.
Yes.
If I went to see a DJ or something, and I could get close enough, I know that will take care of my light source. I could shoot in pitch black, and it'll still look beautiful. So
Oh
that's
man,
my answer.
that's awesome.
All right, before we lose people, let's talk some movies.
Okay.
So I was trying to think of like what we could converse about. And I think I'm just going to go with titles and franchises and talk about that.
Okay.
So I'm going to start with this because I saw this on your letterbox and I was like, she likes this movie. Like you were saying before, you, but in your own words, you have some hot takes,
I
but
do.
I love the fact that you love this movie, and I'm going to lean on you to pronounce it.
Okay. Oh my God. I knew you were gonna say this.
Because, okay, I saw this back in April. It was at the film festival that I talk about way too much here in Kansas City called Panic Fest.
Hmm.
And I think they showed that like the second day, and it was the first movie um, on the Friday. And
Okay.
I went in and I saw it, knew nothing about it besides just like the little synopsis that they gave you to
Okay.
choose between this theater and that theater. And I went in, and what I loved about it was all the little nuances and stories. And your mind could have said, this is where it's going, and you would be completely wrong.
Exactly.
And you could do that 4, 5, 50, 11 times in a movie until it ended, and you would have been wrong on every account. You could try to
Yeah.
figure out how it ends, you would have been wrong on every account.
Oh yeah.
And I came out of it just loving what I just saw. So, what was it about it that you loved? Without, of course, giving it away for those who didn't see it.
No, I'm pretty good at not spoiling.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Thank you.
I just, well, for one, I always love Irish movies, and I
Mhm.
love when they actually speak in Gaelic because I'm
Mhm.
just going, why wouldn't you? I'm not saying
Right.
that all Irish people speak that, but that is their language. But I just really like the whole like vibe, even though it's like just dread the whole time.
Yeah.
But and I thought that the two leads, the older lady and then obviously the
The
I don't know, young
protagonist.
woman,
Yeah, yeah.
whatever. They both were just really solid. I mean,
Yeah.
I've never seen them before,
Mhm.
and I'm always about, like, folklore and, like, cult things because, I mean,
Mhm.
cult things kinda creep me out just because I'm just like, people are just wild. Um, but,
For a
like
long time.
yeah, and I'm like, folklore is just interesting because it's like, how did you get there type
Yeah.
deal. Like, I mean, the buildup of a story in
Mhm.
folklore is just, I don't know, it's just always interesting to me. But
Yeah.
yeah, and it was shot beautifully too.
Yeah, great cinematography. I was gonna go back to my letterbox review to see what had to say about it, but the one thing I liked about it is there were a lot of things going on at once, and usually, if it's not done well, it will immediately take me out the story.
Mhm,
But it was done well, and you were left thinking about different elements of it, all the
mhm.
way down past the credits to the very last scene in the movie.
Yes.
That is beautiful to me.
Oh,
That
it
is
was.
beautiful.
I
Um, Before we go on, what's up, Corey?
Oh, hey, Corey.
He was leaving, so I had to do that quickly.
Oh,
Go
that's
ahead.
fine. But, like, I also just I don't know, like, I just like when things are kinda ominous and it
Mhm.
makes you think
Yeah.
instead of, I mean, I don't mind it just a straightforward because sometimes I just wanna shut my brain off and I'm just like, "Here we
Right,
go."
right.
But, yeah, I didn't even know about that movie till about, like, a week or 2 ago. I
Oh,
was
really?
because I don't have any of those streaming services. So,
Mhm.
I think I was watching 'cause I watch, Spooky Astronauts, like, a ton. Like, she has been
Love
one of
her.
the yeah, she's been, like, one of my
Love her. I wanna get
longest
her on
one.
here so badly.
Dude, she'd be great. But I think she was
Mm,
the one that spoke about it, and I was like, "What is this?" And then
yeah,
I kinda looked it up, and I was like, "Add that to the watch list." And then yesterday or the day before, whatever day I watched it, um, I was just, like, in the mood for it. I just
yeah,
put it on, and dude, from literally the first 5 minutes, I was in. And
yeah,
I'm not gonna lie to you, a lot of newer movies don't do that for me.
yeah.
Like,
So
kinda bums me out.
I remember this about it. The sound design was
Mhm.
almost like a character itself.
Yes.
And I mean, I think most of us could say if you like horror movies, you're pretty much desensitized to most things. But when sound is added and it becomes like a character itself and it
Mhm.
adds to the creep factor, there was nothing like super gory about this movie, but
No.
the sound design, and I saw it in a theater, which adds to it.
Oh, yeah.
So good, so good. Anthony adds here, folk horror is awesome. The Ritual on Netflix is another good one. I gotta
That is
check
a
that
great
out.
one.
That just popped up on my suggested the other day, but
God, that
yeah,
thing in that movie is creepy.
yeah, I love that. I love when things are just like it adds to it. We got
Definitely.
Caveman in the house.
Oh,
20
hey,
watch and
Caveman.
show your support for appreciation of proper lighting to see the glorious faces. Yes, yes. We try. We try.
Yes.
It's the never ending battle. And I have to say I'm going to mention it again at the end, but after we're done here, I'm taking all the stuff off the shelves. I'm getting ready to move again.
Oh,
So I gotta pack this up. Right now, all the kids' movies, all the Disney, all the DVDs already packed. And I promised Mrs. KB that I would pack up the majority of it and maybe just leave out a few things to watch in the next couple of weeks. But,
Yeah.
taking down the posters, taking down the Elm Street sign, taking down my tulips. Hitchcock's got to stay up there until I leave. Sir Hitch has to be there. He watches over me. But yeah, we're getting ready to move a little closer into
Oh,
Kansas City again.
gotcha.
But yeah, should be fun. Should be fun. Yeah, if you like what you're seeing, go ahead and hit the like button. Subscribe if you're not subscribed to Ashley. We're talking about her photography. You can find her on Instagram. We're talking about her quote unquote hot takes, her words, not mine. She
Well, I've
is
just been
on
told.
she's on Letterbox as well. They're both the same, just add the underscore on Instagram at the end. Somebody robbed her of that.
Oh
But
no.
Zombie Girl
Dang it.
on Letterbox. So with a moniker like Zombie Girl, people might be surprised to find out that Night of the Living Dead is your favorite zombie movie. Tell people why. We're just talking about the Criterion sale. Tell people why, if they don't have it, they should pick it up in this current sale.
It literally just embodies like everything that a zombie movie needs to
Mm-hmm.
be. I mean, I love how it opens, and then at the graveyard, like, I mean, that scene's iconic. Like, come on. And then I just like that, even though it's of its time type deal, but at the same time it's not, because I've been in situations that call for people to be calm, or they just lose their shit basically. So
Mm-hmm.
her being that way is very believable to me. And then what is his name? I can't ever remember his name. The
The
main
lead
guy.
character, Dwayne
Yeah,
Jones.
yeah. Do you remember what his name is in the movie though?
Somebody put in the chat, Dwayne Jones' character in Night of the Living Dead.
I really like him though in this movie.
Yeah.
Like, he, and then when you meet everybody else, it's just like, I don't know. I like that I love fast zombies, don't get me wrong, like everybody else, but
Yeah.
something about slow zombies, and then it just looks so good too, especially in black and white. Like, it just
Ben,
makes it. Ben, there you go. I was like, I knew it was
thank you.
some
It's
some
short,
random.
it's simple.
Yes. Ben. But yeah, I don't know. It's just I have no notes for that movie. Like,
Yeah.
it's perfect to me.
Yeah. I
I mean,
I like the fact that I saw it on, like, public television
yeah,
as a teenager. It used to come on PBS of all stations,
yeah.
and, I know a lot of people talk about the fact that it's social commentary, all that,
Hmm.
but for a lot of people, this was the beginning of the zombie era. I mean, you could go back to White Zombie and all that stuff in the
Hmm.
30s, but the modern day example of what a zombie is started there,
Exactly.
and, you know,
You
it's
wouldn't
just great.
have any other zombie movies without it.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
just wouldn't.
and then, of course, it started all the Dead movies, so,
Ex-
you know,
And I got no
Romero.
complaints about that either.
No, I know you're a big fan of Dawn.
Hmm.
So, yeah, I love that. I love that you could start a franchise and pretty much for the majority of it have the same creative mind leading it, which we
Exactly.
don't see that often because, it's always like who does it first and then they hand it off to all these
No.
other directors and writers and they might come back and make an appearance like Wes Craven with, I'm wearing my Nightmare on Elm Street VCR shirt, but it, for the most part it's him, you know?
Yeah,
All those
exactly.
movies that followed that we consider classics, you know.
Well, I
I
think that's the reason why a lot of those movies back then worked so well, is because
mhm.
you just had not just him, but you just like almost had the same crew almost. Maybe not cast because people die in the zombie movies, but like crew wise, it's like they kind of stuck with each other too. It's just like
Yeah.
that's what makes it, because they understand each other and the way they work.
Mhm. It's
But
great. I love it.
it
But
is
that's not the
fantastic.
only thing you're a fan of. I'm just gonna go through the things you're a fan of.
Okay.
That's the direction I'm gonna go. So unlike the majority of people these days, you're DC over MCU.
Very
Hot
much.
take.
Very
That's,
much.
there's a hot take.
It is.
But we were talking before we began about, of course, as we just mentioned in the chat earlier, Superman coming out. And I mentioned the fact that we were talking Justice League as well. And there's something that's beautiful when a fan of that character or that story becomes the director or the writer or what have you, becomes the auteur of that movie. And, of course, we're wondering, is Superman going to be good and all that stuff? But I think it's in good hands. James Gunn is a fan. He is a uber
Mhm.
fan. So I think it'll be good.
I'm hoping so too, because the only thing that I don't like so far, well, there's two things out of the trailer at least, and they're really stupid, but I don't care. Is I hate this symbol on his chest. Like that
Hmm.
it doesn't. It just it's too cheesy looking for me. I don't know,
Yeah.
but like the suit itself is completely fine. I like it.
Yeah.
Just the S looks kind of weird to me. But and then I don't know if I'm a fan of the CGI dog.
The dog
Crypto.
is
I
going to
just
bother people. I could tell. I
yeah,
could tell.
I just don't need that. I mean, if you're gonna put him in it, that's completely fine. But like,
Yeah.
just get a dog. And then, of course, when he's running, you just make him the CGI thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. That's the only thing so far. Oh,
What's up,
hey
Tony?
Tony.
Yeah, I some people, of course, if they don't know the comic books and everything, they was like, when did he get a dog? I was like, the dog's been around almost
Yes,
as long as he has. Before there was Superboy, there was, there was
yes,
the dog. So
yeah. I don't know. I'm really hoping because not that I hate Christopher Reeve the as Superman, but
mm-hmm.
and I didn't mind what's his name, Brandon
Rouse.
Ralph or whatever. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
he wasn't bad. Like he looked like Superman.
Yeah.
Just man, when I rewatched that just recently, I was just like, man, this movie's too long. Like
Yeah.
stop.
Yeah.
But
That's one of those examples,
yes, and
movie being too long.
but I just really like Henry Cavill as Superman.
I think he fit the role pretty well.
I
And I still
did.
remember when I saw him in Fallout and Mission Impossible,
Mhm.
and he does that arm reload move that everybody, you know, one of
Yeah,
those, and it's like, that's Superman. He can't beat Superman.
yeah.
But yeah,
Just like stop that. That's
yeah,
Superman.
come on. TC, you can't beat Superman. What are you
I
doing?
know you're. It's Tom Cruise. Get out of here.
I know it's like the impossible white man, but still,
But like,
still,
I don't know. I'm hopeful just because James Gunn did do awesome with Guardians.
yeah.
Because I do think that those three movies are top tier Marvel,
Hmm.
without a doubt.
I agree.
And I love the cast in the Guardians movies. Like
Hmm.
everyone was perfect. But so that's why I'm kind of like, and I don't mind the chick that plays Lois in this one.
Oh, Miss Maisel.
Yeah, I was about to say Miss Maisel. I mean, I've seen her in other things, but since
No,
that
she's Miss
show,
Maisel.
that's who she is. But yeah, I don't know. I'm hoping.
I am too. It's going to be kind of hard because of the way things are marketed these days. It's just going to be, a big marketing piece. It already is, and it's hard for most people to focus on the movie itself. But
Hmm.
I think I'm going for the movie. I'm not going for the spectacle.
Yeah.
Yes, I am seeing it in the IMAX, but it's because I prefer to see it that way. But uh, outside of that, it's just about the movie, and that's the way it should be. It should be always just about the movie.
Yeah. Just, I want to be entertained.
Hmm.
Like, I think a lot of people lose that with most movies. They're always overly critical with things. I'm just like, yeah, but did it entertain you?
I'm guilty of that. I'm
But
I'm
I
gonna
get it.
I'm gonna tell on myself. I'm gonna tell on myself because I see you got the official Ghostbuster sign behind you. So I went to see the last one,
Okay.
and I have to tell you the reboot or whatever we want to call it.
Whatever. Yeah.
I actually enjoyed it. It surprised me, the first one. The second one, I went in because I had to do a movie review. So when I put on that movie review hat, I'm in critical mode. And I came out, my friend was going to see it the next night, and I just started to trash on the movie. And she's like, "But did you enjoy it?" And I was
Yeah.
like,
Well,
I couldn't answer it because I didn't look at it through that lens, and I'm guilty of that. So you're right. You certain movies you just have to go in and enjoy it. It's a popcorn movie. It's summertime.
yeah.
Turn off your critical lens. If the cinematography hits you, bonus.
Oh, for
But at the
sure.
same time, you're not going to be like, it makes no sense.
Yeah.
Have some popcorn, have an overpriced drink, enjoy the movie.
Overpriced for sure. Uh,
All of it is overpriced.
I that's totally agree. But yeah, like I say like last year. Last year to me was like one of the best years of movies in quite a while.
I agree.
I
Talk about it.
personally. And like it had everything in it. Like
Mhm.
there were so many movies that I was just like I wanted to go see them in theaters, and I mean, I'll avoid a theater because I'm just like when well, for where I'm from, like before I moved here, that theater was trash. I'm surprised that the earthquake didn't take it down completely, but unfortunately it didn't. But
Mhm.
when I moved here and I went to the 3 theaters that we have, I was just like, "Dude, this is nice.
Nice. This is
I'll
how the
come
other
back."
side live.
Yeah, I'm like, "I like this." But
Well, I'm lucky. AMC is based here in Kansas City, so I am like I could go to one of 5 AMCs within 20 minutes, and the headquarters is right 1 block over from my closest movie theater. So,
oh, that's nice.
it's not that it's all spectacle like some of
Yeah,
the ones in like LA and all that, but it is nice and well maintained. So the employees could go probably tomorrow night, they'll go and see Superman after work or whatever.
yeah.
But the a nice movie, a nice cinema experience can make a movie.
Oh, it definitely can because
Mhm,
it's see, I don't have like the closest AMC's or even what Cinemark. That's
mhm.
that's that's all in Vegas. In
Yeah,
Utah, we have Megaplex. I mean, there's AMC's up by Salt Lake, but I'm
yeah.
not driving 5 hours. Uh,
Ee.
so I'll just deal with our little. And then the one in my town is actually like locally owned, and that place is the best, honestly, out of all of them. But I don't every movie I went to see in the theater, I think there was only one movie that kinda let me down last year, and that was Maxine.
What were you expecting that you didn't get?
It wasn't that I was expecting, I
Mhm.
was just kind of like, "How how does th how did this follow those 2?" Do you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah,
And I hated that they were, like, making Hollywood victims during the whole satanic panic thing. I
yeah,
mean, I'm just kind of like, I mean, are these people extreme? Yeah, but so are you.
yeah,
I mean, come on
yeah.
now. I
But
didn't
it's
like that.
also from someone who probably used to get ridiculed for his like of quote unquote satanic music and
Oh,
satanic movies.
I get
So
that.
it was kind of like a soapbox moment.
Yeah,
You
and
you could tell Ty West grew up watching like the Angel movies and all that because you
yeah.
saw that in that movie.
Yeah, and that's the thing that kinda just bummed me out, though. I was just like it just didn't to me, it just didn't flow with X and Pearl.
Yeah,
But, I mean, Mia Goth was phenomenal in that movie. Like,
always.
she always is. I'm like, "Dude, she's so good."
Yep.
But and I just didn't like the whole, who the villain was because I was like, "Oh, I already know where this is going." Like
Predictable. Yep.
yeah, it was just like, that kinda sucked.
Okay.
But
Let's do some rankings then. Well,
okay.
not even rankings. Just give me 10 movies that you super enjoyed last year.
Nosferatu,
Okay.
Longlegs,
Mhm.
um, I like Civil War.
Me too.
I know that's a hot take with a lot of people.
Not me.
Oh, well, I'm glad to be in your company then, sir. What else do I like? Hold on. I have to open up my letterbox.
I
My
know I'm
memory is
cheating because
shot.
I have mine open in front of me.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Well,
say Dune Part 2,
oh, Dune. Yes, I forgot that was last year. Yes,
Wicked. I'm a Broadway musical kid.
never watched it, but
Um,
okay.
Wild Robot,
Okay, didn't watch
the,
that one.
the Substance, of course.
Oh yeah, Substance.
Honora,
Okay,
Inside
pass.
Out 2,
Okay.
Longlegs, Civil War, Alien Romulus.
Oh, I loved Alien Romulus.
And then I have like small little ones that I enjoy just for what they were, like My Old Ass and
Oh,
Velma. And
dude, I loved my old ass.
I I went to see that outside. We watched it in an outdoor setup
hmm
in the back of a movie theater, which was really cute. But we were just there with lawn chairs and just watching it and sun setting and people walking by like,
Dude,
what the
that's
hell?
awesome.
And it was so cool. We're gonna do that again this summer. I promise my wife we'll go to like one or two.
That's
So
rad.
yeah.
Um, the other two, I would say,
Mhm.
Heretic and Love Lies
Yes.
Bleeding.
Yes.
Oh, and I love Twisters.
I just rewatched Love Lies Bleeding because I realized I was in a bad mood when I first saw it. And I just rewatched it this weekend.
How'd you feel
As
about
a
it?
I enjoyed it more, but I enjoyed the surrealism less,
Okay.
if that makes sense.
No, it makes sense. I get you. But
Like
sometimes on a rewatch, that goes away. If you know
yeah,
what I mean.
because it surprises you the first time, and then you're like,
Yeah, you're like, what?
but when you know it's coming, it's like, oh, okay, okay. We got a
Yeah.
couple comments, then we'll move on.
Okay.
Tony says James Gunn is hit or miss with him. Love Guardians, haven't cared for much anything else. Going in with low expectations to Superman, just hoping it's good. I think everybody's singing that song, man. I just want to,
Nothing
I
wrong with
just,
that.
yeah. Also, love for Civil War. Loud movie, so loud.
I will say though, that movie, I think the reason why I liked it so much is because it actually made me want to pick up my camera again. It's weird, but I was just like, dude, this makes me want to pick my camera
Mm-hmm.
up.
Glad you caught that. What else? Love Alien Romulus. Yep. And Civil War was great. Alex Garland's such a talented writer. And I think a lot of people forget about that he's not just a director, that he's also a writer. And sometimes his writing is better than his directing. So good point. Good point. Lord of the Rings fan, and I know this might be going into your five takes answers, but I heard that when you went to see Return of the King, it was absolute fire. Tell
Yes.
us what I mean by that.
Oh, that's the story that you were bringing up. Well, back in the day when they used to have actual projectors with film, it caught kind of caught fire. The film itself towards literally was when like Frodo and Bilbo get on the boat. So it's like 2 or 3 minutes left of the whole movie, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it kind of burned. And then and then I love how the staff was up in the projector room watching it too, and they like
They don't
opened
do that anymore.
no, they opened the window and they were just like, oh, sorry, we'll fix it real quick because they wanted to see it.
Mm-hmm. That must
And
have been the first show then.
oh yeah, it was the 9 o'clock showing because they're not going to do a midnight showing of almost a 4 hour movie. But yeah, they did it pretty quickly, and then I remember going to see it the next day with my mom because
Mm-hmm.
I went with my brother the first time, and then I went with my mom, and I could see like where they spliced the film because they had to because it like had burned, and I was
Yeah.
just like, man, you just don't get that anymore.
No,
Everything's
no.
digital. It's like,
There's no
man,
one up in the booth now but a laptop
I
and
know.
a scheduling. They literally schedule, they're programming like the trailers and everything. So if you go to a major, like a chain or whatever,
Mhm.
pay attention. The second to last trailer before the movie starts is the one they paid the most money for.
Oh, okay.
And then the last one is another movie put out by that studio who you're about to watch. So
I have noticed that.
if you're about to watch a A24 film, the last trailer before the movie starts is usually a A24 film.
Okay, cool.
So
I
just
figured.
weird things like that.
I like
Weird
weird things
things.
like that. It's cool.
Yeah, it's I like marketing things like that because it's like the things you do to trick our minds that
Right.
most people don't even realize. Like the fact that there are night vision cameras in almost every theater now. Think
I
about
know.
it. Hmm.
I'm
Think
glad I
about it.
don't do anything weird in them.
I know. I know. Anymore. I'll say that much for me.
Yeah,
Anymore. I was
that's
young
great.
once. I've seen all the Friday the 13th movies in the theaters. Right, Allie? She knows that story. They both do.
That's
So
awesome.
I'm pulling up your letterbox because you have a listing here that I want to talk about.
Okay.
I might even share it on the screen.
Okay. Go for it. I don't care.
Oh, I know you don't. That's why I can.
You're just exposing me, KB. Come on now.
No. We're having
I'm
fun. We're
kidding.
having fun.
Oh,
So this is your almighty, all ending. Don't
yes.
don't at you ranking of
Hmm.
the Halloween franchise.
You
And the
bet.
reason why I'm talking about franchise, a couple of you already know, in October this year, it's July 5th, it's past July 5th. I'm talking about Halloween. So I'm doing franchise watches. So I'm only watching franchises. And I've reached out to a lot of you and I've asked this question. I'm about to ask Ashley this question. If you could recommend any horror franchise for me to watch this fall, what do you recommend?
This one.
This one. Okay.
It's always, this is my favorite franchise. So
Mm-hmm.
with Evil Dead a close second.
Nice. Nice. And I've seen some of your collectibles as far as the Evil Dead franchise.
Yes. I like it a
Uh
little bit.
I'll say this about it. I know some people don't like Rise. Some people didn't like the reboot, which I don't know what's wrong with them.
That's wild.
I know. It was something that was new. It was fresh. It brought in different elements than the first three with
Hmm.
a new lead protagonist that you could fall in love with. I don't know what's wrong with people.
I don't
Anyway,
either.
I say all that to say this.
Okay.
Okay. Understandable. 5 stars. Understandable. 4.5. Great sequel. Understandable. I used to be an apologist for this. This one, people either love it or if they hate it. And if they love it, it's all Tom Atkins. We love him.
Yes.
You notice I skipped over one.
I do.
Talk
Would you
about
like
it.
me to explain myself?
No, because it is art. And there's a reason for you giving this 4 stars. I will say this before you do.
Okay.
I hated this the first time I saw it. I was like, if
Most
this
people
is the
did.
last movie ever with a Michael Myers in it, how can you end it that way? And then I've told this story before, but my friend said, you ever thought that maybe this is a retelling from the book standpoint that she's writing in the movie? And I was like,
Hmm.
and then I started thinking about it and I was like, she just did kind of show up at the radio station out of nowhere, like no respect for time and
Yeah.
distance and all that. Just all of a sudden she's outside just chilling,
But she's just
just
there.
chilling outside, just there. And
Yeah.
I'm like, that could only happen in a literary work. Maybe if I rewatch it and think like it's a retelling from the book standpoint, I might enjoy it more. And I
Yeah.
did.
Well,
But
that's good.
not to put it in third place overall.
Here's my thing.
Yeah.
Especially out of the three new ones,
Mm-hmm.
it is the slasher
Mm.
out of all of them.
Yes, I'll agree with that.
So to me, that is what makes it a better Halloween movie than
Mm-hmm.
especially the 2018 one I could rattle off about. But Ends was just kind of a trip, and it was just kind of like,
It did have the best
okay,
kills, though.
whatever, but Kills, dude, I
No, what am
was,
I saying? My bad. My bad. Let me go
which,
back to this list.
It's
Because I
okay.
just
What?
confused. Okay.
What?
This
What?
is the second of the three,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
I'm thinking about the third one.
Oh, so ends. So I have
Yeah.
that at what? 8.
Okay.
So it's beneath kills.
Okay. But Kills had the best kills.
Yeah. Dude, the fire scene when he walks out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my
Mm-hmm.
god. And then he just
Mm-hmm.
slams that axe into the fireman. Oh
Mm.
god, I love it.
All that said, I wouldn't put it that high. But now you're making me want to watch them all over again and do my own ranking.
You should.
I should.
When you do them, if you do it for Halloween, like during Halloween season,
Mm-hmm.
you should do a ranking because I feel like when you rewatch something with like fresh eyes again, or like you had like a bitter watch with the first time, you
Yeah.
might like it again. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And
So
I'm
it was
looking.
ends that you didn't like.
Yeah.
Okay,
And where's Resurrection?
it's right next to ends on the other side.
Oh,
At
there it is.
yes,
Yeah, that would have been down here for me.
dude, that
So,
movie makes me
that is
laugh.
bottom three. That is bottom three. Busta Rhymes think he doing something is bottom three.
Dude, come on. When Buster Rhymes comes and he's like talking crap to Michael, and
Yeah.
then he's just kind of like looking at him like,
Like,
I can
do you know
split
who
your
I
head
am?
open. And then when he starts to roundhouse kick him and stuff, it's just cinema gold.
And I will say this. These two,
Hmm.
ugh, no. The whole Thorn timeline thing, not
Yeah,
for me. But one, we get the introduction of Paul Stephen Rudd. Hello,
yes,
Cancer Zone. But two, the director's cut of 6 is much better because it gives a little more explanation than just some weird tattoo and what's happening. So
yes.
I'll give it credit for that. But theatrical, no, no,
Mm-mm.
no, no.
I
But
do like the vibes in 6, like
this,
the Halloween. Oh my god, I hate that movie.
there's someone among us that love this movie. I won't call her out, but there's
You
someone
can call
among
it.
us. No, I
It's
won't
fine
do it.
if somebody likes it.
Of
I
course.
just I cannot stand that Rob Zombie was just like, I'm gonna make him talk. Excuse me?
Hmm.
Michael
You
Myers does
don't do
not
that.
talk.
You
He
don't
does
do that.
not talk. And then I mean, I know with Rob Zombie that you're gonna get kind of like a trip, but that's just him.
Yeah.
So I don't know. And I've rewatched it like 4 or 5 times now. And I just cannot. It pisses me
Mm-mm.
off.
I don't think there's enough drugs and alcohol in the world for me to appreciate that movie.
You know the what is it, the opening scene when he's in the hospital though, and he's just like slaughtering people? Like that was
Hmm.
great. What a great scene. And then it
But it
just
kind of went downhill from there.
I mean straight off a cliff.
Yep.
I don't I hate it. I'm sorry.
I'm one of the few who liked the remake of Halloween more. It felt scarier and more informative.
See,
Okay.
I don't like that. I
I
understand, but I just don't.
I think it takes away from the whole concept of the shape
Same.
and like giving him a backstory.
So, what is your favorite one out of that franchise that off the top of your head? The original or is it any of the other ones?
The
Oh, there it
original.
is. I can see it.
78.
I couldn't
78.
see it at first. Oh man,
Yeah, 78 for sure.
what a
70.
what a
If
movie.
it ended right there, it would have been fine with me. If it was just a babysitter
Same.
murders or whatever they originally called it,
Yes.
that could have been just a standalone perfect. But money won't let that happen.
Nope.
So, uh, also hated Halloween Kills the first time I saw it. Each subsequent viewing has been better and better. James Jude Courtney is excellent as a shape.
Dude, he is.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
He's
I'll give you that.
fantastic.
But ends. That's the one I was talking about. Rewatch that, thinking of it as a story
I
that
can
you're rereading in a
understand.
book. It
Yeah.
works.
It
1,
it is weird though.
2, 3. Yeah, definitely.
Gotcha.
Definitely. You ready to do the 5 takes?
Let's do it.
The 5 takes. The 5 questions we ask our guests at the end of every conversation. We're going to start the way we always do with number one. Name the film that made you fall in love with the movies.
Oh man, so this was actually kind of difficult. I had to like talk to my mom because I was like, dude, I don't know.
Not necessarily the first film, but
Well,
there's a moment when you go from being like a film watcher to like loving
yeah,
movies.
but that's my thing is like I've always loved them, but like
Okay.
I feel like this movie,
Yes.
Casper, I was
Giving you a full screen
6.
for that one.
I
Go
was
for it.
6 when this movie came out. And I was obsessed with this movie. Like every time I get an ear infection, because I got those a lot, this would be heavy rotation. And I mean, it has Christina Ricci, like, and Bill Pullman. Like, thank you. That's all I need. And then the way that the ghosts look and just how good that looked in 95. Are you kidding me?
Mm-hmm.
And I love the first morning that they're there and they make breakfast. Well, Casper makes breakfast for everybody. And then he just like whips up everything. And then the 3 uncles come down and they just are just terrors and stuff. And and then when he like starting to clean up everything, and then I think it was Stretch turns into that Nike and he just kicks him out of the thing. I was just like, dude, this is so cool. I don't know. And
I
then
could see the wonder and the love in your eyes as you
dude,
say it.
I know I love this movie so much.
Can I
Can I
keep
keep
you?
you? Oh man, what a line!
Great line.
What a line.
Great line.
I love it.
The best line. You got that.
Did
Great
you
line.
were you a fan of it when it came
I
out?
was. You have to imagine I was a little bit older,
Well,
but I did enjoy it because I grew up when the cartoons were on when I was younger and everything like that. So
mhm.
that's when you could take something animated and make a live action and it would actually be good. So I
Yes,
did enjoy that. I did.
exactly.
I think my kids at the time were a little too young to appreciate it,
Okay.
and hard to see past him being a ghost. But,
Yeah,
as they got older, yeah, it became a staple for sure.
gotcha. Well, yeah, and dude, my first like stuffed animal was Casper because I watched.
Cute.
Yeah, because I watched the cartoons
Mhm.
either at home or with my grandparents. Like after school if I'd go over there. I loved Casper. I still do.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Talking about staples, number 2, name 5 of your favorite films. Not the 5, 5 of.
5 of. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna throw like probably a curveball that unless people
Mm,
actually pay attention to my letterbox or things I've said.
we like curveballs.
This is my favorite romance movie, and it's Brooklyn.
Tell people how good Brooklyn is.
Oh my goodness.
I went to see that on, like, a whim in the theater, and I left, and I was like, "I want life to work out for them." I don't buy that plot of land in Long Island, work out for you. I
Yeah,
love that movie.
move the whole family because
Yeah,
he's Italian, so he's got to move the whole family.
yeah.
But I don't know. It's so wholesome but so real at the same time,
Mm,
especially when she has to go back to Ireland, for I don't want to ruin anything if somebody hasn't seen the movie, but
yeah.
like
The beach.
certain circumstances. And it's just it's like heartbreaking, but at the same time I'm like, dude, this happened. Cuz I mean, you had tons of Irish people coming over at that time, well,
Mhm.
more, and then you had, the Italians just taking over, and all those. But dude, and Saoirse Ronan
So
is
good.
so good. Like,
So good.
even if
Not
her
enough people talk about this movie. This is the first time someone has mentioned it on here, so
oh
thank you.
man, really? Oh
Yeah,
my god, I love it. I
yeah.
love that
So
movie.
good. So good.
What's that
Y
guy's what's the dude's name?
I don't remember.
I can't remember either, but they have like really good chemistry.
Chemistry. Yeah. Yeah, they do.
Like they sell and just the way that the New York used to look and everything.
Mhm.
Oh man, they just like embodied it perfectly.
Donald Gleason. That's who it is.
That's the guy in Ireland.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
the little Italian guy that she ends up with.
Emery Cohen is
Okay.
his name. I haven't seen him in anything else that I remember.
Did you ever watch the OA?
No.
Oh, God, what a trip of a show. But yeah, that's on Netflix, I think. That was a good show. He was in that.
Hmm.
But yeah, I love Brooklyn.
Mm.
And the whole when she's coming over from Ireland in the boat,
It makes it look so beautiful.
doesn't it? Oh God, I love it. I could watch that movie quite a bit.
I like that. Great start. What else?
Okay. So I'm also a huge Batman fan. So
Hmm.
I had to pick my favorite Batman movie, which is The Dark
Okay.
Knight.
Come on. That's in my top 4 in my favorites
It
on Letterboxd.
I go in between this and Batman Returns. Batman Returns was everything to me as a child.
Hmm.
But then Christopher Nolan just,
Knocked it out the park.
oh my God. And Heath Ledger as Joker, oh my goodness.
Hmm.
So good. Like, that movie is like everything you want in a superhero movie.
Yeah. And
Like,
there's no way they could ever make that movie again.
no, I don't even think they could make any of the three, honestly. Like,
Mm-mm.
Batman Begins and Rises, I like all three of them, but I think because Heath Ledger did such an amazing job as Joker, it's my fave.
Yeah.
What else do I got here? What do I want to go with? You know what? Let's go on Nosferatu. I have rewatched this like 2 or 3 times now
Hmm.
since the theater. When I walked out of the theater, I was just like, it perfect.
Yeah.
I love Robert Eggers. Like that
So do
dude,
I.
dude, he's 4 for 4 for me at least.
No,
I know
I'd agree with you.
I know The Lighthouse is weird, but
I dig it. I dig it though. But
it's
the
so
others I dig just a little bit more. What's
same.
your order? What's your order?
So it was The Witch,
Hmm.
but now it's Nosferatu, The Witch, The Northman, The Lighthouse.
Okay.
But like they're all
Those top 2.
top 2 switch. Most
Yeah.
people would,
Yeah.
but dude, his directing is phenomenal. And I love that he wants to stay true to the era that he is in.
Hmm.
And the fact that he cannot stand the thought of putting a cell phone in his movies, I'm just like, thank you, sir. Good.
Yeah.
I don't need any more new movies.
Like Anthony said earlier about folk horror, he has a corner on it.
Yes.
He loves that. He loves all the various New England stories. So, I mean, when I saw The Witch, I was like, what is this?
Right?
It was beautiful that to see something fresh. And what he did was he made something fresh by going back.
Yes.
I mean, you never really get that story the way he presented it, but
No.
there's so much folklore in it. There's so much Gothic history in it. So that when I saw the Northman, I felt the same way. You know, people always picture like Vikings a certain way, and I'm like, dude, this is Shakespearean what he's doing right here.
Oh, for sure.
And then of course with Nosferatu, it's like he set it up that every frame was like a painting, like literally
Oh
looked
my
like a
God.
painting. It is so beautiful to look at.
It is.
But yeah,
It's pretty unreal. I love that dude. So I'm excited for his new one. And then following Gothic kind of stuff, Sleepy Hollow.
yes,
This is my favorite Tim Burton movie.
yes, good
I
one.
Oh my God. Johnny Depp and Christina Ricci are, but I mean everyone in this movie is so good.
Yeah,
So
well,
I mean, come on, look at that cast.
Depp and Burton together, that's a powerful combo. I wish they
Isn't
did
it?
more stuff together,
Same. Like
but
I don't know. Like Tim Burton has always been a favorite director of mine.
mhm.
Even I don't really like his new stuff, but man, the late 80s into the early 2000s, my God, that guy was like firing on all cylinders. I was just
Well,
like, no
I'm a
one's
big
doing
Corpse
anything.
Bride fan.
Love that movie. So
So,
good.
and I was watching Pee Wee as himself, the HBO documentary.
Okay, I haven't seen that
So
one yet.
it's good. Check it out.
Okay.
It's worth the 3.5 hours it takes to get through the 2 episodes. But
Okay.
it took me back to how much I enjoyed the Pee Wee movies that he did.
Such a trip.
Yeah,
But
and it
but
was
good.
just like the TV show that it just gave us like that character that he was trying to do. So
Hmm.
yeah, it was perfect. You should see it, Mika. Check it out and tell me what you think. Especially, I know you ladies
Yes,
have a nice setup at home there. It will look and sound beautiful. So I look forward to see what you got to say about it for sure.
very much. And then my last, I have to go with my favorite movie of all time, which is
Return.
Return. I mean, I would actually consider all three of them one movie because
Hmm.
it's all one story. But I love this is how you end something. It
Yeah.
just ties it.
Unlike Halloween Ends.
Big fan, KB.
Woo.
I like that. But yeah, this is it's flawless, and I only watch the extendeds, the extended versions.
I was about to ask you, do you go I think I've only seen the theatricals once.
Yeah,
I
in the
used to do
theater.
this. Yeah, I used to do this thing with my kids, and they would wait for it every year. I would say, "Okay, 2 weeks from today, we're going, we're going back," and they're like, "LOTR marathon." I was like, "Yep." And we one year we actually had friends that we invited over, but we'd start at like 10 o'clock in the morning and
Hmm.
just go and
Oh
just
yeah,
go.
I
Stop
actually.
for food, potty
Oh
breaks
man.
in between. Just go.
Well, and then the extended ones, you get that halfway point because you got to switch the discs. Still, it doesn't matter if it's Blu-ray, 4K. You
Mm-hmm.
still have to switch them. But yeah, I just did that with my buddy. She
Yeah.
had never seen them, and she was just like, "I really want to watch these." And then she bought the Steelbook set, which is the one I have too.
Yeah.
And I was just like, "But I'm like afraid if you don't like these movies, you just wasted a lot of money." So
Mm-hmm.
when she got them in, we watched them literally all in one day. And she was just like, that was
Too far to
amazing.
reach. Too far to reach. I when I got the 4Ks, my son was here and he's talking to me, but he's like looking on top of my shelf. So he's like, "So you got the 4Ks, huh? I guess if I wanted to, I could borrow the extended edition Blu-ray set." I'm like, "I'm over here."
Yeah.
He's like, "No, no, I
Me.
know. I see it up there." I'm like, "Yeah, you could borrow it." I haven't seen it since.
He's like, nope, they're
So
mine.
whenever the 4Ks first came out was the last time I saw my Blu-ray set. I know it's in good hands. I
Yeah.
know he's good for it if something happens, but yeah.
Oh yeah.
I
I
want my
still have all
Blu-ray
those.
set back, Ryan. If you're watching this, I
You
want
gotta
it
give
back.
it you gotta give it back, man.
Yeah. He doesn't know where I keep the DVDs.
Yeah. Dude, I got rid of the DVDs when I was upgrading everything, but I
Hmm.
found them all again in perfect condition at a thrift store.
Yeah.
And I still have my, the book Blu-ray set. And then I
Hmm.
have I mean, all those go in the that tin thing for the 4K steel books.
Yeah.
I didn't buy them separately like they're doing at Walmart now, but no, because I was just like, oh, I'll fork money out for this movie. I don't care.
Ooh. I'm not going to answer this. I'm just going to leave this one to you. Anthony wants to know, who's your favorite character in LOTR?
um, Honestly, it's probably Sam. I really like Sam. I think he's the absolute like heart of that entire franchise. But I understand why everybody likes everybody else too.
Yeah.
It's like there's no wrong answer to me. But the older I get, I like Sam.
Hmm.
What about you? Are you going to answer it?
If you know me, you know I like Liv Tyler. So
That's such a good
yeah,
answer.
I'm all about Arwen.
You know, she's super pretty, so I get it.
Well, more than that, Gimli is a close second. Holland
Gimli,
says has to be Gimli.
dude,
Close second.
perfect.
Close second. Number
Totally.
3, everyone's favorite question. Name a popular classic movie that everybody loves, but you don't particularly like.
So I was gonna go with one, but then I was watching one of your most recent ones with Jordan, and I was like, dang it, he took my answer. But I can think of something else.
So that's one of them.
That's one of them. But I think
Hmm.
most people know. But I'm gonna go with a popular movie
But you have it.
because I didn't see it in theaters, and I bought this.
Okay.
I now I had so I watched the first one because it was on like on Tubi or whatever, and
Hmm.
then I put this in. So I watched them back to back. I don't like that.
Yeah.
I think that Art is a cool character, but I just I don't. It's too demented for me.
Yeah. It
Like,
it crosses the line. And I almost wore I have a custom made Art the Clown shirt from the first one when the girl's sitting on his lap taking a
yeah,
selfie. I
yeah.
love that scene, so I had to
That
get that
scene is
shirt
really
made,
good though.
especially when you know what follows.
Oh, yes.
So, but I don't know. I went to film school. I did all that, and I did a whole thing on the MPAA ratings and how films were banned and how we went through a period where the church was involved and
Hmm.
the secrecy behind the people who do the ratings, and you still don't know who they are and all that. So not as like a middle finger or anything to it. I like the idea of Art the Clown and the Terrifier movies
Hmm.
because it's like we have kind of like an unwritten rule because of technology or whatever is available at the time that even in a horror movie, our mind is still more acting than what we see on the screen. So there's a
Hmm.
moment where there's a cutaway
Yeah,
or, a close up to like the prosthetic being cut in half or whatever the case may be, or now, unfortunately, the CGI.
yeah,
All that goes away. Mika
yeah.
just said it here. It's a lot, and art is brutal. And just the fact that we've gotten to the point where there's no cutaways, things that were off limits are no longer off limits, like
Exactly.
kids.
Uh,
It's
it's
it's a
different.
lot. It's a lot.
Well, I always hate when you say, like, not you per se, but when you say
Yeah.
that you don't like watching kids type deal. Like, I no, dude, you just don't do that to kids, okay?
Hmm.
But then people will always bring up, well, you like this movie, you like it, you like this. It's like, yeah,
Yeah.
but I hate to say this, but like, there's purpose to
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. I know where you're coming from.
Yeah, in the Terrifier movies, I mean, that whole bedroom scene was like, what the hell are we doing?
Yeah.
Like, I
Yeah. The
literally
third
was just
one.
like, come
Yeah.
on, dude,
Yeah.
like, end. I'm
Yeah.
done.
Yeah. It's
And
it's a lot.
and
It's a
I like
lot.
gore, so it's like, what? Okay, going
But
to
it's
my
almost like gore has a limit and this has no limit.
yeah, because like when you watch certain like Italian horror, I mean, it goes there, but I
Mhm.
don't feel gross. Like I almost feel like I'm like I need to go bathe in holy water after watching
Yeah.
those movies. It's like it's a
The
pass.
the last one, 3, is, the first movie I watched this year because my friends came over, and it was like, what are we gonna watch?" And he's like, "Oh, we haven't seen Terrifier 3 yet." I was like, "I know you like horror movies, but you sure?" I
Yeah,
mean, I was like, "I just watch it. I'll watch it again. I don't care."
yeah,
It's like, "You sure?" And they sat there, and they were like, "Oh, oh," just the sounds coming out of them. It's like, I know what the next scene's gonna be. It's like, "Oh, watch what happens in the shower." I think there's, like, a little dedication to Psycho. It's like, uh." I was like, "I told you it might be too much."
yeah.
What's up, Dell?
Oh, hey,
Driving
Dell.
but listening. Always good for the check-in. Uh, oh, Tyler.
Yes.
Badass. Yes, yes. Uh, Leo! Movies
Oh, hey,
with Leo
Leo.
in the house. What's good?
My other
Yeah.
Utah dude.
Yeah, that's right. We had him on here too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot. I know it's a lot for people. All right, let's flip it. Name a critically hated movie that you love.
Oh my God.
Everyone likes this one, especially being a horror fan.
Boom. Twilight.
Get Out.
I don't give a shit. I love this movie. Do you have the 4K set like I do? Yes. Oh my God. I love it. It's such a good set. I don't care. I
don't care either.
unapologetically love that franchise.
I have 2 daughters. They grew up yelling at each other, who's team Jacob, who's team Edward. I don't care. I don't care. If I used to sit down
it.
and watch it. That's where I fell in love with Anna Kendrick. It's like if I could watch
Yeah.
these movies, I could watch anything. So
Well, see, I'm also I have no shame.
and I hated the books.
Did you? Oh my God.
You know why?
Okay, go.
Too much exposition. We spent an entire chapter inside her mind.
Got you.
Why?
Totally understand.
And it could be a male perspective, just
Gotcha.
a cisgender male perspective.
Yeah.
I don't need to spend that much time in a woman's head,
you
especially
like
a young lady's head. No.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm a huge fan of Kristen Stewart. I don't care.
Me too.
She's always been one of my favorites.
I know you're a fan of Spencer, so yes.
I love Spencer.
Not enough people talk about that either.
No,
we love Twilight down. I don't care what anyone says.
See, I knew they would.
Team Charlie.
Dude, Charlie's he's pretty awesome. I'm not gonna lie. But
nice.
Yeah, dude. It's always been Twilight. I think I saw this movie 5 times when it came out in theaters.
The funny thing is,
I loved it.
So I got screener passes to see New Moon early.
Okay.
It was like the Thursday, and then it came out Thursday night. Ryan, hold up. Ryan just named 2 great movies right there.
I love those movies.
I literally had clouds in my hand today because I have the DVD of it as I was packing. I know.
Oh, it's so good.
I know. Because I love her too.
I know.
3 Colors, also great movies. But Personal Shopper, great Criterion.
God.
Great Criterion.
Nobody talks about that or recommends it in their videos.
No.
I'm like,
and
bro.
it's a great ghost story too. Low
yeah,
key.
Like, watch it.
Low key. And like I said, I just rewatched Love Lies Bleeding.
So good.
So, but yeah, so I took my son to see New Moon, and he didn't care. He was just like, yeah, whatever, let's go.
How old was he during this time?
He was
he like
that bratty middle school age.
Oh, okay.
And we come out and all these fangirls online for the very first show. And he's like, it would be funny if we went over there and we just started yelling everything that happens in the movie. I was like, that would be funny. But guess what? They probably read the books.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, you're ruining my fun, Dad.
That's
I was like,
awesome.
But funny. Haha, funny.
That is funny. That is great.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that Ryan recommended us to. I got to throw it up again. Great movies. Dude, great movies right there. Check it out if you haven't seen them before. Especially if you like Kristen Stewart.
Dude, Personal Shopper is like one of those movies that is almost become like a comfort film. Like I could throw that on and just be so happy. It's not really a comforting movie, but
no,
I don't care. Like it's just so
maybe it's the way it's shot. It's very like, if it was music, it would be like a very quiet song.
Yeah.
That has like some ominous minor tones when you least expect it, because when it becomes a ghost story, you're like, what is going on here?
Yeah, it's good.
The whole thing with the brother, all that. Anyway.
Sorry.
No, don't be. I love this. I'm just looking at everything around and I'm like, yeah, we could make tangents and talk about our favorites here. But I do want to thank you for coming on tonight. I love this.
Well, thank you for having me. This has been fun.
We could definitely do this again, maybe for the audio podcast. Figure out something to talk about and we could go from there. Let's see. Not comforting exactly, but Personal Shopper feels it is.
Yeah, I think that's that's what
great
it is.
Word.
Yes.
Very great word. Ooh, True. 2 more. Underrated Kristen Stewart movies: Speak and American Ultra.
Speak is heavy.
Okay. Have not seen Speak.
Oh, that was a HBO movie, I think.
I
It was
gotta
based
check
on.
that out.
It's great. It was like when she was a kid.
Well, of course, we also have Panic Room from when
Yeah.
she was a kid as well.
Panic Room was before Speak.
Okay.
So yeah, Speak was like, I want to say when she was probably like 14,
What's up,
15.
Grant?
Oh, hey Grant. Yeah, it's a good movie.
I love
And
Grant.
it's only on DVD in the States, but you can get a Blu-ray from, I think, Germany.
I'll
So
look into that. I'll definitely look into that. But I want to thank you once again for coming on. This lady knows movies. So definitely follow her on Instagram. Don't forget the underscore.
yes.
And more importantly, follow on Letterboxd, because if she's watching something and could give you a good review, you should definitely check out that movie. Definitely, definitely.
I'll give you
So
hot takes too. I don't care.
yes, yes, she will. She says she's good for that, so I'm gonna take her word. So before we get out of here, we have question 5. Now that you've been through it, number 5, who would you like to see me have a conversation with on this channel?
You know, there was 2 guys that came to my mind, but
Mhm.
I'm gonna have to shout out my buddy Badger that was at the beginning.
Okay.
He was the dude that like I did my first YouTube video with, and he's just a solid
Okay.
guy. Solid dude. I'll have to send you his page.
UK or
UK.
UK?
Yeah.
Okay, I did see that. Told you I did my research.
He's got a insane voice.
Yes, deeper than mine.
Yeah,
I gotta say that.
he's awesome. He's
If
a
he
super
does
good dude.
voiceover work, good reason. Good
Mhm.
reason. Okay, I'm writing it down because I always do. And you said 2 people? Who else?
I was thinking about my other buddy. I think he just like started his YouTube page not too long ago, but
That's cool.
his YouTube page is Miles of Horror, but with a Y instead of an I, and his name's Robbie. He's a good dude. He's in New York, I think.
Oh, okay. I
So
like
he's
him
a New
already.
Yorker guy. Yeah, he likes that obscure stuff. You know, like Vinegar Syndrome and
Yeah.
Full Moon and stuff like that. Yeah.
Mhm.
He's a fun guy to just shoot the breeze with, basically.
Oh my gosh. Thank you. Great conversation. Thank you,
Oh,
Mika.
thanks.
Thank you, everyone, for hanging out in the chat, for lurking, for catching us on replay. Feel free to
Appreciate it.
leave comments. Tell us what you think. Tell us if you have anyone you'd like to see on the conversation. I'm opening this up. I know I have I am literally approaching over 150 people that have been recommended. I've been asking that question way too long and not getting to enough people. But what's happening is I come across someone and then I forget about this list. And
It
I'm like,
happens.
I want to talk to them now. Like Q is like, I want to talk to you now.
Oh yeah.
So it happens.
It that's how it works. But that's how
Hmm.
me and Corey kind of fell into each other. Basically, he was just, "You want to do this?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And then ever since then, he'll ask me, "You want to do this or that?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I will do whatever stream you want to do, Corey. Me
Hmm.
and you can talk for hours."
These two, another one of my favorite YouTube couples right there.
Where are they from? I think I know them. Like I think I've seen them on YouTube.
Yeah, they've been on the conversation too. You could go back and find it.
Okay, I think that's maybe when I was going through your
Hmm.
conversations. I'll have
Yes,
to check them out too.
please do. So I don't know if I'm gonna have an outro video because StreamYard might have taken that away. But if that is the case, I want to thank everyone for checking us out. Come back. I'll be back in a couple of weeks. Don't forget about the audio only podcast. I've gotten some interesting comments about my last episode with Celise from Sweet and Spooky. If you know what I'm talking about, you'll understand. If not, go check it out. And then you can leave me some interesting comments too. But let's see. Nope. Outro video not working. So I'm just going to end this after all that. Like,
All
Steve
right.
just said, everyone have a great night.
You
Like
too.
I always say, go watch a movie. Have a good night, everyone.